Project management is application of technique, method, skill, information, and experience to achieve a particular project objective according to the project criteria within agreed upon constraint. This can help project manager get near to achieving expectation on project process. But its project is according to Project Management Institute (PMI). A project is defined as a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product or service. Characteristic of the project consists three main. It is important to achieve the goals, which is unique. The project seek to be one time of activity and never repeated in same way again. Like it's specific deliverables, which is specific in terms of structure, goals, benefit, objective, and cost. And that is specific due date. Time frame to complete the project is important in planning and structure the project activities. Next is skill requirement. To project manager, they require to have skill in order to improve the effectiveness of the project. The skill are being able to manage conflict resolution, creative, and flexible to handle the project. They also able to adjust or change project specification to fulfill the requirement and good at planning the activities to complete the project. And lastly, good at negotiate with client and related person to achieve the objective. Goals of the project. According to the goals triangle in the picture below, three main goals to be achieved by project manager in completion the project based on performance, cost, and time to achieve the target. Project life cycle. This topic will describe level of process for deliver a successful project. The pace to follow by project manager to complete the project activities in perfect time and avoid from wasting the money and other resources. It has two types of pace, which is S-curve life cycle and the other is J-shaped life cycle. Next is selecting project. It has two non-numerical method and numerical method, which is important to implement in order to achieve organization objective and goals. For non-numerical method, do not use number as input. Consists for subtypes such as the cyclical operating necessity, competitive necessity, and comparative benefit. For numerical method, this method consists of a few elements, which are financial assessment method. In this element consists of two subtypes, which is payback period, that is related with initial investment of or estimated annual cash inflow from the project, and the other one is discounted cash flow. This subtype will present a value method. Scoring method is one of the element in this method. This method consists of a few subtypes, which is unweighted 0 to 1 factor method, and the other one is weighted factor scoring method. Next is risk analysis. Examining project outcome and objective might be changed due to impact of the risk. Next is will analyze to identify the qualities and qualitative impact of the risk on the project. For the last topic in this chapter is project portfolio process. It consists of 8 steps. For example, establish a project council and collect project data. It will obtain project goals and objective and will evaluate potential by project perspective and success and risk.
Thank you, Fatin. My name is NOEMILY and I will explain chapter 2. The roles of a project manager is to be a facilitator, communicator, and virtual project manager. A project manager responsible to acquire resources, fighting fires and obstacles, and also leadership and making trade-off. Project manager also acknowledged as a profession by Project Management Institute and also Project Management Body of Knowledge. The criteria selection for a project manager is first credibility, both in technical and administrative aspect. Second is sensitivity, leadership style, and also ethics. Chapter 2 also assesses 4 different organizational structure. First is the pure project organization. Second is the functional project organization. Third is the matrix project organization. And fourth, the mixed project organization. For the matrix project organization, it is flexible in the way it can interface with the parent organization. However, it may violate the principle of unity of command. While for the mixed project organization, it's a project management structure that combines both elements of the functional and pure project organization. The chapter also discusses the traits and qualities that make an effective project team member, including technical skills, political sensitivity, and problem-solving orientation. Intra-team conflict and matrix team problems were also discussed.
Thank you, NOEMILY. My name is Nalson, and now I'll present the summary of Chapter 3, Planning the Project. A brief overview of Chapter 3. Chapter 3 discusses the project planning phase, which is the second phase in the project management lifecycle. This phase involves the development of a detailed project plan, including a work breakdown structure (WBS), a schedule, a budget, and a risk management plan. The purpose of this phase is to establish a clear and comprehensive plan for the project that will guide its execution. Project planning phase. It consists of few key tasks and activities such as defining project objectives and success criteria, identifying project stakeholders and their role or responsibilities, conducting a feasible study to determine if the project is viable, establishing a project scope statement to define what is and isn't included in the project, developing a project schedule and timeline, identifying and allocating project resources, example people, equipment and materials, assessing and managing project risk, and establishing project communication and report protocols. The work breakdown structure (WBS) is defined as a hierarchical breakdown of project scope into smaller, manageable components. And the purpose of work breakdown structure is to ensure that all necessary work is identified and accounted for, and to provide a clear and organized framework for project planning and execution. Steps to create a work breakdown structure. So firstly, define the project scope, and then identify major deliverables, then break down major deliverables into smaller components, continue breaking down components until manageable tasks are identified, and then assign codes to each work package for easy identification and tracking. Example WBS will be a level 3 WPS for setup for organizing a birthday party, as you can see in the image. The advantage of using a WPS is that it helps in defining and organizing project work, helps in identifying all tasks required to complete the project, provides a framework for planning and scheduling, it helps in identifying project risk and managing them, it also provides a basis for monitoring and controlling the project, and it helps in communicating project information to stakeholders. That's all from me. And now I'll pass it to Zulaikha.
Thank you, Nalson. Hello, my name is ZULAIKHA, Binti ZAFRUL, and I would like to brief about Chapter 4, Budgeting the Project. In this chapter, I will discuss about what is project budgeting, the type of cost that are available, method of budgeting, cost estimating, and how to improve the cost estimates, and also risk management. What is project budgeting? It is the total expected cost of executing each project throughout the project's phases. It also functions to track the budget, audit monitoring success, which is positive cash flow, and secure project approval. There are 4 types of costs that are available. Let's see what it is. So the 4 types of costs are labor cost, material procurement cost, fixed cost, and variable cost. Let me explain each one of it. Labor costs, which are the employee wages, benefits, payroll, taxes, and overheads. The material procurement costs are goods, services, equipment, and supplies needed for the project that come from external providers. Fixed cost is the one that we have set for the project, and it will be no changing of budget for the fixed cost, whereas variable cost is changing amount of budget based on the activity. So there are 2 methods of budgeting, which are the first one is top down and bottom up. For top-down, it is created by the higher department and it is being pushed down to the lower department for implementation, whereas for the bottom-up, it is created by individual department and it is being pushed up for the upper management for implementation. So here it comes the part of cost estimating. It is important because it determines the cost of finishing project. In order to improve cost estimates, we use tracking signals as it can check whether there is systematic bias in cost or other estimates that are available. There are other factors that affect the cost estimating too, such as waste and spoilage, team member turnover, critical month, organization climate, and changes in resource price. So now I will talk about the risk management. We use failure mode and effect analysis to face the risk we are going to face. First step is we list the ways the project might fail. Second is evaluate severity of each failure. The third one is estimate likelihood of each failure occurring. The fourth one, we estimate ability to detect each failure. And then we calculate the risk priority number, which is RPN. And the last one is sort potential failures by their RPNs. That's all from us. Thank you for listening. Bye.